Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail for the second part of the Spanish treasure scenario. This is an upcoming game by Game Labs. It's an Age of Sail game that lets you play as a captain of a fleet or of a ship, and allows you to play through various scenarios. In this one, we are attempting to intercept a Spanish treasure fleet. Our battle started off not so great because we actually lost one of our ships captured. We retook it, but it's sinking. We have the crew on board some little skiffs to see if we can charge the enemy ships and maybe have a boarding action. But we're getting pounded pretty good in this battle so far, so we'll have to see how things play out. That being said, I'm going to turn it over to myself. This was taken from a live stream, and I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, God. Oh, no, they just drilled that boat, Biston's boat. Apparently you can take a few hits, but you could see the hull damage is pretty substantial. So we'll see if these guys can get on board. They've got 3 ships all kind of clustered together. They're firing on Biston. Bam Martin was escaping largely unscathed, but he just lost 40 men here. Trying to get him on board. I don't even know if they can actually board or not. They may not be able to. Board moving ships. They don't appear to be doing any damage. This one looks like it might be flooding. It looks like it means they're on the pumps. I'm not quite sure. Amphion has sunk up here. You can see we lost the ship. She's going down. Blub, 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 blub. This is just like watching me butcher my own army in Ultimate General, perhaps. Alright, Indy, you're just getting pounded here. Like, what are you doing? Grapple with the enemy. Water pump break. This ship might be foundering. The bad guy, the Medea, may be foundering. Biston, one of the boats, sank. Lively is in shallow water. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know what that really means. I mean, conceptually, obviously, I know what that means. It's just turned into a slugging match. Oh boy, the Medusa's suffering a lot too. This is a tougher fight. I'm glad I didn't choose the one where it said the odds were stacked against you. Up, there goes the masts down under. They're going down, down. Can you guys board these guys or something? Like, do something. Lively, you're doing nothing. Maybe you should engage the Medea. Stop trying to board. You're obviously not touching anyone. Maybe we can finish off the Medea. It looks like 2 of their ships may be flooding. Ooh, that actually did a nice bit of damage there on that rake there against the Senora by the Indy there. The Ricky Martin is still gamely charging forward at the Fama. They're like, yeah, guys, we got this. Don't mind us. We're all good. All these men's lives were lost for what? For what, you might ask? For king and country? That would be my answer to their parents. I'm sure it is of great consolation to them. Nice little bit of raking action there against him. It didn't really... like, we're doing a lot of hull damage to these guys in theory, but our ship's already so beat to hell. The Indy's actually in decent shape, on one of its sides anyway. Its crew is pretty battered. I wonder if they can board now. Bad guy's heading the wrong way. Probably not. At least fire down the stern as those guns get reloaded. Alright, so Medea is in shallow waters. I thought she was flooding, but it looks like maybe the enemy ships are no longer flooding. It's kind of the way I'm seeing this. Chain shot might have been a better idea. Immobilize them. With such a long, drawn-out battle, I'm kind of thinking chain shot might have worked nicely. I wonder if you can dismast ships. I haven't seen a dismasting yet. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the wind. That's probably a mistake. Actually, let's bring the other side of the Medusa in around. That side should be largely untouched. Meanwhile, these Spanish ships have taken damage pretty evenly on both sides. Okay, we'll get a good... Oh, wait, we did dismast an enemy ship. I didn't even... Just as I was asking, we can see there's the most forward mast over here on the Fama's gone. Alright. Indefatigable. Tack through the wind. Lively, meanwhile. Like, do enemy ships ever strike? Is this a French flag? Like, why is the... What does this white flag with black things in it mean? I don't know. Alright, so get another good raking shot in on the Fama. Could probably switch over to maybe anti-personnel shot there. Their armor's pretty reduced. So I think the tactic the game wants you to use is to reduce the armor first, and then once you've reduced the armor, then you can go for the crew. Oh no, the Indefatigable's on fire. On fire. Put the damn fire out, guys. I don't know where the fire came from. Medea's flooding. Indefatigable's burning. Fama's dismasted. Medusa's just kind of like hanging out. Guys, don't mind me. I'm just over here chilling. To switch this back to solid shot. I don't know what this is. What this like ladder icon means. I thought it was a pump, but it doesn't quite look like a pump. Okay. Indefatigable is still on fire. Look at that flame. The king will probably send me to jail. I might lose 4 fine British frigates on a single afternoon. Did that ever happen? Did the British ever actually lose 4 ships, 4 frigates in a single action in a single day? It's cool though, like as you go away it sounds like thunder. Like when we're further away from the combat, it has a very different sound to it than when you're in close. And I think that's pretty cool. That was a pretty devastating broadside there against the Lost Mercedes. Looks like someone just dismasted someone. I'm assuming, or maybe just cracked the mast. I don't know if it actually dismasted it. Oh man, you're presenting your stern to us. That's a bad idea. India's still burning. More damage. That's a lot more damage there. You could actually see the charts moving downward. Alright, a couple more volleys into that ship down there and she might be finished. We'll have to see if we can finish the Fama off too. Working both sides of the broadside. Losing the war in a single afternoon. Medea's still flooding. India's no longer burning. They put the fire out. So that's good. I wonder if the Fama run aground or something. Feels like she is. Alright, a pretty good broadside there against the Fama. The Lively, meanwhile, continues to pound the Lost Mercedes. Taking some sail damage. I wonder if they're shooting or aiming for the sails. You do have the ability to command where you aim, for what it's worth. Alright, so the Mercedes armor is getting down. The hull is actually pretty low, too. Medusa's gonna run aground. Indy's not even moving. She just keeps shooting, though. They all have these little white pennants on them. I guess we're probably in irons right now in the Indy, pointed directly at the wind. Okay. See if we can work around the Mercedes here with the lively and get a really close-in rake on the enemy ship. Alright, that was a pretty good broadside. I'm going to try and go with a close-in rake with anti-personnel. The armor on the Mercedes is almost all the way down. So that's what we're aiming for. I'm going to turn the Indy. I'm going to show the stern. It still looks like the Medea. I don't know if this is just shallow waters. If it's flooding, I don't really know what that means. I'm going to try and get the indefatigable out of there a little bit. Meanwhile, we're working on getting that broadside together here for the lively. We're getting close there. We did some personnel damage there, but it doesn't feel like we did enough for firing a broadside. What are you shooting at over here? You're shooting at nothing. You're shooting at nothing. Again, the blinking, I assume, means that they're, like, borderline gonna surrender. Oh my goodness! She blew up! Poor devils, as Captain Edward Peleliu would say. Kaboom! That's some fried Spanish rice. I don't know. Spanish rice is not a Spanish thing. Some fried Spaniards right there. Alright, we didn't capture the Medea. That's the objective, not to sink her, but to capture her. She is currently collided with the Santa Clara. They're kind of in the same situation that our two ships were up there. They're just kind of like, oh shit. Don't crash into that burning, sinking ship. Alright, let's sink the frickin' FEMA. We gotta turn into the wind. The problem is working our way up in this direction is gonna be difficult because the wind is not gonna cooperate. It's almost like we have to work our way past and then around. Which is gonna take for frickin' ever. Do they have like a time compression thing? I don't think so. Let's take a 360 no-scope shot with our frigates at the enemy. Ho, ho, ho. Alright, sorry guys. I won't sing anymore. Indy's still getting some good shots in on the Fama. Oh, there is a time compression. Duh! So that's going to come in handy on this game, for sure. Oh my god, the Indefatigable just took a rough broadside there. Why are we doing no damage? They're, like, killing us. Look at all these numbers raking up, and we're barely scratching them. What the fuck? Alright. We try and work our way through and around. Alright, we're working our way past over here. We're going to be sailing like directly into the wind. Maybe if I turn this way, we'll be a little bit past the wind. I'm presenting my other side for the Indy. Let's try and tack through the wind here. Fama's getting sort of a front-on shot here. All right, that was a good broadside there from the Indy. I should have just played this whole battle on speed compression. All right, so Lively's making some good headway north. Medusa could be making better. Indy's a tough ship. So, frankly, are some of the Spaniards, though, too. Oh, shit. We're gonna collide. Avoid them. Alright, so these guys are heading north. The wind is so... Oh, boom! The Fama exploded! Apparently on time compression, it's just a whoosh of fire that goes up to the top. Alright. That was kind of funny looking. Alright, come on, where are you going, Lively? I needed you to go that way. I mean, I'm still being a butcher. I just, like, fried a second Spanish ship there. These two look like they're anchored between each other, although they might be starting to get some headway. The Medea is the one we need to capture, I think, to succeed in our mission. She's already pretty badly beat up, so, like, almost what I think I'd rather do is just kind of run to... try for a boarding action. We've got more crew members on all of our ships than any of theirs. I'm colliding my ships. It's great. Get all that rigging tangled up. You'll do real good things that way. Alright, Indy, it's kind of gonna be on you, largely. Why are you still turning in that way? I don't want you to do that. You gotta stay closer to the wind. Water pump break. Shit. Let's tack through the wind. Yeah. If there's any sharks around, they're gonna get a good meal. Alright, the Santa Clara is in our broadside area, so we can shoot for her first. The Lively's coming up through shallow waters. The Medusa is sailing... The wind position on this one is what sucks. Said no Admiral ever in the Age of Sail. Alright, so it is the enemy ship, the Santa Clara, is making its way down. We're going to beat it up pretty reasonably, I think. Is she coming for a boarding action, or what is she doing? She's charging down pretty intent, with a good deal of intent. She's passing in for a close stern raking. She's going to get caught between at least two frigates. Yeah. Feels like we missed the opportunity there. Just fire into her stern. Sink the bastard. How about you two kill each other? And Indy figure out a way how to work up toward the Medea. The Medusa's in bad shape. No more armor on the right side of the ship. We do still have armor on the left side. Some good shooting there, though, from her. I'm gonna run her aground, though. Heeled over, firing into the water, not doing a great job. Alright, Indy, try and get in behind her. Lively, try and cut her off. We need to force her to surrender. That's one of the objectives. Okay. So we're presenting our side that has no armor. But we at least are presenting it at the enemy's stern there. Getting a little bit of damage in as he comes to turn around on us. Water pump break. Mostly going for the rigging, though, which, again, seems more like a French tactic than a Spanish tactic. No damage there? Meanwhile, the Indies trying to come up behind the Medea. Pretty good broadside there. Alright, let's see if we can work in behind her before we get sunk. Ooh! We're raking her now. She can't respond. Granted, our ship is in rough shape too. But those are some pretty big hits there, seeing numbers like 25. Jesus. Saw some cannons might have been dismounted there too. No, there goes a mast. Medusa. Oh, Santa Clara's flooding now. Alright, we're in front of her. We have no armor. Our ship is probably gonna sink. But she can't respond, and we should just be able to pound her into kindling. Alright, Indy, try and board her. Finish her off, Medusa. It's almost got it. Almost there. I think the Santa Clara is done for. The only question is if the Medusa sinks first. Alright, so you're going to try and board two. We're going to try and board with two ships. She done for, sir. I'm hoping this broadside does it. Yeah! Every ship that dies shouldn't explode. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so we are alongside. I don't know if we can't board over the front of the ship if we're too high in the water. Doesn't seem like we're... It seems like the Indy's just getting hit. I mean, there's some small arms fire being traded here, but I don't actually see us boarding. Lively there, lads. Lively. Ooh, 53. We don't want to sink her. We want to capture her. How do you force the damn thing to surrender? Water's over the gunnels. They'll be swept away. Hold your fire, maybe? I mean, I don't want to just, like, take damage, but... Come on, guys. You gotta be able to... You gotta almost be into boarding position. We gotta swing over, maybe get the sides of our ship there. I don't know what these icons mean, quite. Okay, let's go this way. I mean, we're reducing their crew slightly, but we're taking a lot more damage than I feel is probably ideal. We're not close enough to board yet. You can see there's a big gap between our hulls. I'm going to try and run Lively down here and have her run right alongside. Maybe we'll just shoot some grape shot into them at close range. Maybe they'll surrender. I don't know. That's the thing, is like, I feel like striking is one of the other things that they really need to improve in this game. Yes, I know, but I mean, I would think you could have jumped off the front of the ship to board. Like, you don't have to bring perfectly along the broadside, do you? Okay, so we're firing grape shot. Bringing her alongside. Boy, Lively's taking some serious sail damage. Grapple. All right, that should be a perfect way to board now. Let's speed things up here. This should be a boarding action if I ever saw one. I don't... these guys are set to board. Everything's green. They should be boarding. I know there's like a pre-boarding phase where you've got some... Alright, I think they're... Are they boarding now? Everything is green. They should be boarding. A draw? We didn't capture her. We must have sunk her. Yep, all 3 of their ships are sunk. So we sunk the Spanish treasure. We didn't take it. We lost one of our own ship. We lost 479 men. They lost 1,031 crew. The boarding mechanic, I feel like, needs a little bit more work. I think one of the things that the Ultimate series generally does a good job of is just allowing you to point and click and do what you want to do. And I get that there needs to be some element of tactics to get yourself in the right position, but I don't know why my crew didn't go over the side there. They were set to board. They were alongside. I didn't see a button I had to press to commence boarding. I haven't had to commence boarding in the past. They just do it. So I'm not sure about that. In any event, a fun little battle, interesting little battle, a tricky little battle. This is going to be a tough game. This is not going to be an easy game to master. But I enjoyed it. I don't know if time ran out because it said they had 4... Oh, you're right. Time did run out. That was it. Okay, well. In any event, though, they should have been boarding. It shouldn't have been taking that long of those 2 ships perfectly astride each other. Just jump off the damn ship with your frickin' hanger and start swinging your sword around. See me in royal jail. Hey, I accomplished my mission to a point. The Spanish didn't get the gold. We eliminated the enemy fleet. How do you explain that to the soldiers on board, though, to the sailors on board? I'm sorry, gentlemen. Please cease fire. The time has run out. The battle is over. We have won, but you are not allowed to finish it. Yeah, butcher my own ships, butcher my own armies, whichever you prefer. But in any event, this is a short stream. I got to be on a plane in about 9 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, probably break this into 2 parts and post it on the YouTube channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts as always. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.